Bonjour, mes amis. Welcome. Today we're going beyond the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, and the croissant-laden cafes. We're diving into the best-kept secret spots in Paris. Get ready to discover hidden gems that even the most seasoned Parisians might not know about. So grab your imaginary passport and let's get this Parisian adventure started. First up on our hidden gem journey is Butte aux Quais. Nope, it's not a fancy French dessert. This charming village within the 13th arrondissement is a feast for your eyes and your Instagram feed. Imagine a place where every street corner could be a postcard. Yes, it's that pretty. Street art enthusiasts, this one's for you. Butte aux Quais is like a living, breathing art gallery. You'll find vibrant murals that tell stories, and some that are just there to make you smile. And don't forget to stop by the local cafes. Here's a tip. Order a café au lait and pretend you're an art critic planning your next masterpiece. Très chic. And if you happen to be here on a Tuesday, Friday, or Sunday, don't miss the market. Fresh produce, local cheeses, and baked goods that'll make your taste buds do a happy dance. Next, we venture into the secret passages of Paris. Think Diagon Alley from Harry Potter, but with more French flair and less chance of running into Voldemort. These hidden passages, or passages couverts, are scattered throughout the city and are perfect for a rainy day, or any day really. Let's start with Passage des Panoramas, one of the oldest covered passages in Paris. It's filled with antique shops, old-school bistros, and the kind of charm that makes you want to say, "Ah, Paris," at least 20 times. Book lovers, this one's for you. Imagine stumbling upon a vintage bookshop where you can lose yourself in the smell of old books and the promise of hidden stories. Pure magic. Just around the corner is Passage Verdot. Here you'll find rare books, vintage cameras, and quirky collectibles. It's a treasure trove for the curious and the nostalgic. Feeling adventurous? Let's take a journey beneath the streets of Paris to the catacombs. It's spooky, it's mysterious, and it's definitely not your typical tourist spot. Just think of it as a really intense game of hide and seek with the city's history. The entrance might look unassuming, but once you're inside, it's like stepping into another world. Rows and rows of bones, artfully arranged in patterns. It's both eerie and fascinating, perfect for those who like their history, with a side of chills. Make sure to join a guided tour to hear the incredible stories of how and why these bones ended up here. Spoiler, it's not because Paris ran out of closet space. And here's an extra twist. Did you know there's an underground lake in the catacombs? It's like Paris's best-kept secret within its best-kept secret. Wine lovers, this one's for you. Nestled in the heart of Montmartre is a hidden vineyard. Yes, you heard that right. A vineyard in Paris. Clos Montmartre is a little slice of countryside right in the city, and it's been producing wine since 1933. Take a leisurely stroll through the vineyard, learn about the winemaking process, and if you're lucky, you might even get to taste some of the local wine. Just imagine sipping on a glass of red with the Sacré-Cœur in the background. Très magnifique. And if you're here in October, don't miss the annual Wine Harvest Festival. It's a celebration of all things wine, with music, dancing, and of course, plenty of wine tasting. Abracadabra! Our next stop is the Musée de la Magie, a museum dedicated entirely to magic and illusion. If you've ever wanted to feel like a kid in a candy store, this is the place to be. Inside, you'll find everything from vintage magic posters to interactive exhibits where you can try your hand at a few tricks. Maybe you'll discover your inner Houdini. And don't miss the live magic shows. Prepare to be amazed, bewildered, and maybe a little bit inspired to try pulling a rabbit out of a hat when you get home. And here's a twist. Did you know there's a secret passage that leads to a second museum dedicated to automatons? It's like a 2-for-1 deal in the world of enchantment. Need a break from the hustle and bustle? Head over to the Promenade Plantée, a beautiful elevated park built on an old railway line. It's like the High Line in New York, but with more French flair. Take a leisurely stroll, enjoy the beautifully manicured gardens, and soak in the views of the city. It's the perfect spot for a peaceful escape and some much-needed relaxation. And keep your eyes peeled for hidden gardens and fountains along the way. They're perfect spots for a quiet moment or a picturesque selfie. Last but not least, let's visit the Cimetière du Père Lachaise. Now, I know what you're thinking. A cemetery? Really? But trust me, this place is more like an open-air museum filled with art, history, and some very famous residents. Wander through the winding paths and you'll find the graves of Oscar Wilde, Edith Piaf, and Jim Morrison, to name a few. It's peaceful, it's beautiful, and it's a wonderful place to reflect on the lives of some truly remarkable people. And here's a hidden gem within this hidden gem, the Columbarium. It's a tranquil space filled with niches that hold the ashes of the departed, offering a unique glimpse into the personal stories of Paris's past. Ready to jazz things up? Let's dive into the underground jazz clubs of Paris. These hidden spots are where the city's soul comes alive with music that'll make you want to dance the night away. First stop, Caveau de la Huchette. This club has been swinging since the 1940s and is tucked away in a basement in the Latin Quarter. The energy here is electric, with live bands and dancers who know how to have a good time. Next, head over to Le Duc des Lombards. It's a bit more polished, but still retains that underground vibe. Grab a cocktail, find a cozy corner, and let the smooth sounds of jazz take you away. Now, for something truly unique. Did you know that St. Eustache Church has a whispering gallery? Stand at one end of the gallery and whisper something, and your friend can hear you all the way at the other end. It's like magic, but with acoustics. While you're there, take a moment to appreciate the stunning architecture. The church is a masterpiece of Gothic and Renaissance styles, and it's just as impressive as any of Paris's more famous landmarks. Our next stop is the Petit Palais. Sure, the art inside is incredible, but have you seen the hidden gardens? Tucked away in the courtyard, these gardens are an oasis of calm and beauty. Stroll through the lush greenery, admire the elegant fountains and statues, and take a break from the city's hustle and bustle. It's the perfect spot for a quiet afternoon. And if you need a refreshment, there's a charming garden cafe where you can sip on a café crème and enjoy the serene surroundings. Our next gem is the Musée de la Vie Romantique, or the Museum of Romantic Life. Tucked away in the 9th arrondissement, this little-known museum is housed in a charming old house that once belonged to the painter Ary Scheffer. Inside, you'll find an enchanting collection of art, letters, and memorabilia from the Romantic era. It's like stepping back in time to a world of love letters and candlelit dinners. And don't miss the garden and tea room. It's the perfect place to unwind with a cup of tea and a slice of cake, surrounded by blooming flowers and historic charm. Last, but definitely not least, let's head to Canal Saint-Martin. This picturesque canal is a favorite among locals, but often overlooked by tourists. With its charming footbridges, quaint cafes, and lively atmosphere, it's the perfect place to soak up some authentic Parisian vibes. Pack a picnic, grab a spot by the water, and watch the boats glide by. Or, if you're feeling adventurous, rent a kayak and explore the canal from a whole new perspective. And when hunger strikes, there are plenty of cafes and bistros where you can indulge in delicious food and people watching. It's the ideal spot for a leisurely afternoon. And there you have it, mes amis, Paris's best-kept secret spots, revealed just for you. From charming villages and secret passages to spooky catacombs and hidden vineyards, there's so much more to this city than meets the eye. So next time you're in Paris, venture off the beaten path and discover these hidden gems for yourself. Au revoir and happy exploring. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more adventures. Until next time, keep exploring and keep that wanderlust alive.